Australian flag. So it's made up of different symbols, which is why it's like this. So we have, this is the Union Jack. So you might know this as the English flag. So we have that in the top left corner because we are a British colony. They still own Australia. And then underneath there's a star, but it's a very specific star. There's always seven points, because there's one for every state of Australia. So you've got like Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, South Australia, West Australia, and the Northern Territory. So every state has a point. And then we have this, which is called the Southern Cross. So you'll see these stars make a cross, right? So this is a constellation. So you can see these stars in the sky at nighttime, but only in the southern hemisphere. So you know the equator, the middle, the equator line? So if you're down in the southern hemisphere, you can see these stars. But so up here in Japan, we get too high. You won't be able to see them. I forget. At night time, I go outside and I try and find them, and I can't see them, and I'm in Japan. So yeah, this is what they look like. So you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the small little fifth one. And so like this, people always like trying to find the Southern Cross at night time. It's something we do without, when we're little kids, like, can you find the Southern Cross? Can you find it? Everybody's looking up trying to find it. So it's really important to Australians. We love Southern Cross. So actually, many Australians might get the Southern Cross as a tattoo. It's really common. You will see many people with this tattoo. Maybe their whole back is the stars, or they'll put on their arm or the back. So I'm from Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland. But originally I was born in Townsville, which is somewhere around here, up north. But there is one extra state. So there's actually 8, technically. So we have states, and we also have territories. I don't know the difference between territory and state, but basically the same. But there's one more. So the ACT, which stands for the Australian Capital Territory. So the capital of Australia is a city called Canberra. Many people think it's Sydney, but actually our capital is Canberra. And so the whole territory is just this city. I don't know why this city, as the capital, is not part of New South Wales. It's its own territory. So it's really, really small. It's one city. But so we made Canberra the capital because Melbourne and Sydney both wanted to be the capital city of Australia. But Sydney was made by criminals, so they didn't want to do that. And they couldn't decide, so they built Canberra right in the middle between both of them. Because it's right in the center, so they went, that's going to be the capital. They can't decide, so right in the center. So we have 2 other flags as well. So these are for the indigenous cultures. So the people that lived in Australia before the British came. So these are our native people's flags. So this is the Aboriginal flag, and this is the Torres Strait Islander. Now we go to modern culture, modern Australia. So Australians will pretty much always find an excuse to have a barbecue. So anything from like birthdays, Christmas, Easter, Australia Day, any sort of holiday, we have barbecues. When we're electing, when we go to vote, there's a barbecue at the vote. So it's to try and make people come vote. If you come in and vote, then you also get to have sausage and barbecue. So we're always having barbecue. And the beach. So everybody always goes to the beach. Everybody loves the beach. Nice hot day, go cool down, take the family. But the reason why beaches are really, really popular, well, one, our beaches are really nice, and 2, they're really close. So most Australians actually live like within 50 kilometers of the beach. Most people, the whole population lives on the edge of the country. People don't live inside. People do, but not as much. And there's a few reasons why. So one of the main reasons, when they the British first arrived, they landed in Sydney, just on the coast here. And so there's actually this big mountain range. So this whole red line is a range of mountains. So there's just non-stop mountains all the way up the whole side of Australia. So when they first arrived, they started going in, but then they hit these mountains. They can't go over them. And they tried to go around them, but they just kept going. So they kind of couldn't go past here. So they were stuck just on this edge until 1813. So that's about 43 years. They're just on the edge here. They didn't make it. So in 1813 was the first time they traveled the mountains. And so after that, they discovered the ways to get around them, and then people started settling. By then, many towns and settlements were already made on the edges. That's why we have big cities. So yeah, about 85% of our population lives on the East Coast. So there's 25 million people that live in Australia, and 85% of them live within 50 kilometers. So out of 25 million people, 10 million live just in Sydney and Melbourne. That's almost half the country in 2 cities. So about Australian people, we're usually very laid back and easygoing. Everyone just wants to relax, invite the family over, have a barbecue, hang out with friends, drink beer, joke around, have fun. It's never too serious. So Australians don't usually care too much. It's a little bit different here sometimes. Rules can be a bit strict, especially at work. But with like Australians, it's kind of like just relax. It's not that important. Okay, just chill. So the Australians are also very friendly and social. Like it's here, I've noticed that people are usually really shy, especially like my wife's friends. Like they're kind of interested. They want to meet me because I'm a foreigner. But if I was Japanese, she said like they don't really want to hang out with me. Like my wife's friends is her friends, and my friends are my friends, and they don't really talk to each other. But in Australia, everybody is friends with everybody, and like it wouldn't be weird if someone you've never met just starts talking to you at the shop. So like I'd go grocery shopping with my mum at the supermarket, and my mum would just start talking to people. She'll talk to the cash register for like an hour. So it's pretty normal. So because we have a big saying in Australia that a stranger is a mate you haven't met yet. Because every one of your friends was a stranger once. The first time you meet them, they're a stranger you haven't met before. But then you become best friends. You've known them since you were 6 years old. So everybody can be a friend as long as you meet them. How are they going to be your friend if you know them? So every time I go to the bar with my friends, we go drinking, we always talking to new people, always making new friends. Now this bar we always go to, we know everybody. So even if my friend is busy, I can go by myself, and I'm going to see many people I know. I don't have to worry about being lonely. Always my friend is there. Someone will be there. Or I'll make new friends. It even comes in how we talk. It shows just how like lazy or relaxed Australians can be. So we often shorten a lot of our words. We use nicknames for each other a lot. It's what we do. Everything just gets shorter and shorter. So things like the word afternoon, we say avo. Or A-R-O, It means afternoon. So I might say, what are you doing this afternoon? So this afternoon, what are you going to do? So we'll use things obviously like g'day, g'day mate. G'day means good day, hello, how are you? Or just in a couple letter. Things like McDonald's. It's really weird for me to say McDonald's. I work at McDonald's. No one says McDonald's. We all just call it Maccas. Right? So I work at Maccas actually. Things like that. As well as with people's names. So my name is actually Nicholas. But everyone just calls me Nick. Even my mom just calls me Nick. She chose Nicholas, she doesn't use it. She just says Nick. Like everything just gets short. many different examples, like service station, which is where you fill up your car with fuel. It's called a service station. Used to call gasoline stand. It's service station. We say service. So you might go to the shops buying groceries and someone will walk past and they're not wearing shoes. It's normal. People just don't wear shoes sometimes.